Chase impact, not money.
Hey, what's up? It's Brian here. And this video is the second part to a 5-part video series that I'm doing on love. So this video in particular is about showing love to the world. So if you appreciate the messages that I'm going to talk about and you take it to heart, subscribe, share the video, and share the messages for sure. And first, I just want to reference something I said in the introduction video to this channel. I said that one of my 2 overarching goals in life is to maximize my positive contribution on the world. So just a quick story with that. So I graduated from college with an economics degree in 3 years, and I had a high GPA, particularly my last 2 years. So I could have went into a higher paying job in that field, but I knew that that was not my ticket to maximize my positive contribution on the world. That wasn't for me. And I'm not saying that's not for certain people. You know, certain financial or corporate jobs, you can positively impact the world if that particular job is your thing. But for me, that wasn't my authentic path. So instead, I did AmeriCorps service working in schools for 2 years, and I really enjoyed it, and I felt like I was making an impact, and I'm going down the authentic trajectory that I need to go down right now. So I want you hearing that to be inspired and take that to heart. You know, people around you and yourself, really keep that frame of mind as you're making decisions in your life. Is this positively impacting the world? Is this my authentic path? And look, I love that people are talking about positively impacting the world right now, right? People are talking the talk for sure. So my advice is to back it up and keep it up. So through action and just with different things that you do. And look, of course, not everything going on right now is positive conversation, and not all of it is genuine. But look, at the very least, it's going on. So that's a start. And I hope that people continue to keep that I want to positively impact the world frame in mind as they go through life. And also, there's always people in different sectors of society, whether it's acting or athletics or music or just in your normal 9-to-5 job, that are actively trying to harm the world. I call those people sellouts to the human race, people promoting negative behaviors and being bad role models, pretty much. So we need to call out those people too, as we're being very intentional in terms of trying to show love to the world and positively impact the world. We need to do both simultaneously, as I referenced in the first video to this series. And a part of manifesting love in the world is just loving what you do. You have to love intrinsically, I call it. And I mentioned this idea in a blog post I wrote called Purpose Search. I'll link that below. So in that post, I put up a chart that I actually found online. But the chart, it talks about everyone's career should overlap 4 things. You should love what you do. You should be great at what you do. The world should need what you do, and then you're paid for it. So really keep that in mind as you're making career decisions. You know, that loving the world, keep that in mind always. And also, when you're chasing things in life, always have it from the lens of, is this actually bringing me contentment? And am I really showing love to the world through it? Right? So this is kind of tied in with the idea. Don't chase money. Chase meaning and your authentic path in life. And you might find that out at a later point, but hopefully you've already found that out, or I'm just reinstilling that idea in your head as you're watching this. And I mentioned this idea in a Raising an Ace video that I did too. So here's a clip from that video. Sure. So many teenagers nowadays, they're just like, oh, I want money, I want things. Well, why? It's like, talk to people that actually have those things, and they'll tell you that's not what gives them happiness.
Yeah.
What gives them happiness is long-term meaning, staying true to themselves, which we're going to go over towards the end of the video. And this is a very serious issue, honestly. So many young people, they prioritize things on the outside. They chase money or materialistic things. And the problem is that so many celebrities and people with influence, they encourage this. So it might be through social media, or a song lyric might be like, I'm chasing money, I'm getting money. So many young people are just guided by that external thing of money, instead of meaning and following someone's authentic path and prioritizing their internal character traits perhaps. And guess what? If you're chasing money and that's so important to you, at a certain point in life, you're going to be fake for money. You're going to walk over someone for money. So keep that in mind. And if you require things like things on the outside for your happiness or your contentment or your self-worth, you're not always going to have those things. So if that's a requirement, at a certain point, your self-love is going to deteriorate. So that's a problem. And this is tied in with love because, like myself, I found that when you show love to the world, that is what brings you happiness. That's what's important in life. That's what gives you meaning. So keep that in mind. If you're feeling down, if you feel like there's something off right now, or you're out of whack, you're out of balance, maybe you're not prioritizing love to the world as much. So maybe you have to do more of that. So I want to challenge you in this video too. So when you're making decisions in life, Ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, how is this decision making me better? Because you don't want to neglect that. And number 2, how is this decision making the world better? And also, some people, as they're going through school and education, as I was thinking like, I'm not really making a positive impact on the world here. But I learned just through self-reflecting, I need to have a long-term perspective on this. So it kind of got to a subconscious level at a certain point when I was like, just studying and building myself up. I'm building up my mind. So when I get older, I can go max level in terms of impacting the world. So that's my mindset right now. And to break that down even more, when I was getting my master's degree in positive psychology, for example, my decision to study on a test, that was helping me, but it was also helping the world long term. Meaning, if I was studying for this test, I was becoming more socially intelligent, and then I was improving my grade, putting myself in a better position to get a more higher paying job, so then maybe support my family more, to have more flexibility with my work, to impact the world through these videos, or to have a more impactful job long term, right? So everything is not in a vacuum. Decisions build up over time, and you have to keep that in mind. And also, this video is about showing love to the world, but note that, quote unquote, the world is open to interpretation. So you define that. So at different points in time in your life, the world might be just your family, or it might be your company at work and showing love to your coworkers, or when you're walking down the street, your world in that moment is smiling to the person on the sidewalk. That's showing love to that person. So things build up over time. Don't think you don't have power to show love to the world. Everyone does. And you have to really be intentional about it. And sometimes things aren't manifested in the short term, but your decision in the short term affects the long term love in the world. So sometimes when you're doing XYZ, that may lead to ABC, which then influences another person to do DEF, right? So everything is not in a vacuum, and everything is connected in this world. So that's more of an abstract conversation, but just keep that in mind. You're giving off loving energies or indifferent energies or hateful energies. So you want to be very conscious to give off loving energies in the world. And I hope this video inspires you to do just that. Share the video, share the love.